It's a big-time Thursday night battle between the Creekside Knights and the Tocoi Creek Choros on Schlick Sports. Two of the top teams in the area going at it in late January. This is the type of matchup that can make waves in the playoff rankings, that can set the tone going into the month of February. Creekside on a hot streak, winners of 6 straight, taking on the 18-2 Tocoi Creek Choros. A big matchup for each of these sides, one that has huge playoff implications, and we'll see which side can make the most of it and come out with a W at the Castle. We're going to send you down to the court in a moment for the national anthem and the starting lineup.
Hello and welcome to the Castle at Creekside High School. We now ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
and the Toros live on Schlick Sports. As we send you down to the court, I'm Noah Schlicksup here on Schlick Sports, bringing you this big-time matchup here at the Castle. Creekside and Tocoi Creek, the top teams in St. Johns County, battling it out. Creekside wins the tip-off. They'll start with the ball. Creekside has been hot recently. Derek Rivers with the ball. He's been one of the key contributors to that. Creekside without their head coach tonight, as Chris Patterson on a work trip up in Michigan. Knights being led tonight by Henry Moore, his second game filling in as Creekside's head coach. Filled in against Jackson last year. The Knights with an early 2-0 lead, courtesy of Nolan Nelson. Some dangerous threats on both sides. Tocoi Creek, a team that's really embraced a team philosophy this year, according to head coach Will Wilson, and they've had multiple guys step up throughout the year, lead the way scoring-wise, but consistent factor is number 11, Tyson Gilbert. Got their first bucket. They'll get the ball back. Gilbert, a guy who can play all over the court at 6'6", listed as a forward and a center, but he can shoot. And when he gets the slightest bit of space, he's not afraid to throw one down. Javaris Rickerson gets it tipped away by Lucas Desa. Mitchell tries to save it. Creekside gets the ball. Rivers crossing the timeline. Driving into the paint. Kicks to Nelson. Too strong off the backboard. A little bit of volleyball being played, and Tocoi Creek comes away with it. For three, Gilbert off the mark. Possession staying with the Toros. Rickerson. Three ball, no good from Figueroa. A little bit of an awkward slingshot type release. 5:45 on the clock in the first quarter. Creekside with the basketball. Nolan Nelson not afraid to shoot from deep. Thought about it, hands it off to Rivers. Rivers rattles it off the rim. Creekside gets the board. Nolan Nelson double team, trying to get it back outside. It's stolen away. Mark Mitchell in transition, goes up, and too strong on the layup. Creekside going the other way. 3-on-3 fast break. Rivers slows it down. Nolan Nelson down low, goes to work, puts two more up on the board. 4-2 Creekside. 3 minutes into this game. Creekside, as I mentioned already, on a 6-game win streak with some quality wins in there. They've beaten Providence, Ponte Vedra, Fleming Island, Bartram Trail, St. Augustine, San Jose Prep was their other win, but it's not been an easy stretch of games, and Creekside has quite literally made the most of it. You can't do any better in that stretch than 6-0. The Knights defense playing extremely well recently. They're coming off of a 47-43 road win at St. Augustine. The Yellow Jackets, one of just two teams that have come out victorious against this Toros team this year. The other team, Andrew Jackson. This is a Toros team that really clicked in the second half of last season. They went on a 9-game winning streak in that second half of the year. Since January 18th, 2024, a little over a year ago, as Mark Mitchell, good from downtown, makes it 7-4. First lead of the night for the visiting Toros, now into the full court press. Since January 18th of last year, the Toros are 27-3. Their 3 losses, Jackson, St. Augustine, and then one last year, the Creekside Knights in the district championship. That one, I remember talking to some people, I want to say a media day. I believe it was Tyson Gilbert talked about how much winning a district championship would mean to them this year, and that loss to Creekside, a little bit of a fire. And this is a team that's played for a lot this season. They've got themselves in a great position. Tocoi Creek sits second in their region, less than 0.3 points behind Lake Howell for that 1 seed in their region. Tyson Gilbert kicks back outside. Mark Mitchell keeps it in bounds. The Creekside Knights got off to a bit of an up and down start to the season, but they've really come into their own recently as Gilbert doesn't get the 3 to go. The Knights, as I mentioned, on a 6-game winning streak, 13-7. Currently 3rd in their region in the latest rankings with the best strength of schedule. They're within 1 point of Apopka and 1.4 points of Winter Park. And these rankings, I believe, came out before their victory over St. Augustine, which will definitely help them. And getting a win over Tocoi Creek would be absolutely huge for this team that's looking for the 1 or 2 seed, if they can keep this string of success going. And with just 2 matchups coming up after this against Potter's House Christian and the Episcopal School of Jacksonville, as contested shot will not go for Nolan Nelson. On the other end, foul is called, and Javaris Rickerson going to the line. I'd say if Creekside wants a shot at that 1 seed, or jumping Apopka to get to the 2, winning this game would be critical to that. First free throw was good from Javaris Rickerson. 4 bounces off the rim and out on his second shot. Now Derek Rivers crosses half court. Creekside haven't scored in a few minutes. Nolan Nelson has both buckets for the Knights. He's got a history of success against this Toros team as Garen Blaylock goes up with a shot. He gets it to go. 8-6, Tocoi Creek with the advantage. Nelson, in his 2 games last year against the Toros, he dropped 30 against Tocoi Creek in the district championship and 23 in their January matchup. Hoping to carry that success into this season as Mark Mitchell hits the bottom of the rim. Garen Blaylock, a little bit of a mismatch in size there. Gilbert on him. Cade Patterson's got it on the left wing, finds Nolan Nelson, back to Patterson. Goes into the lane, a little bit of space. He's going to the line. Patterson will shoot 2. First shot off the mark from Cade. A 57% foul shooter going into this game. Second shot bounces in off the front iron. Back to a 1-point game. Down low, Mitchell converts on the bunny. 3-point lead for Tocoi Creek, still in the full court press, not very aggressive with it. As Garen Blaylock pulls up, let's go of the floater, and it's good. 10-9, 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Mitchell wide open from the left corner. Rattles around the rim, doesn't fall. Stolen away off the rebound. Good effort from Figueroa. Back to a 3-point game. 30 seconds on the clock. Cade Patterson finds Blaylock. Called for a travel. Blaylock turns it over, 20.7 seconds. Elma Dowie now on for Cade Patterson. Lucas Desa also into the game for Creekside. He checks in for Nolan Saley. Gilbert's guarded by Rivers. Now Nelson. A little bit of a wild pass to Christian Riley. Crossing half court, Creekside will get the ball with 9.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. Desa gets it into Nelson. 5 seconds, Blaylock going on the drive, kicks to Desa. Rivers, 1 second, let's go of a shot. And that one falls short, taking us to the second quarter. Good one so far between the Toros and the Knights. Our score, 12-9, Tocoi Creek. Second quarter of action. Toros start with the basketball. Christian Riley kicks to the left corner. Toros at the 3-point advantage on the road against the Creekside Knights. Going on the drive. A little bit of a wild move there. Pass down the court. Oh, so wild. Tocoi Creek gets the ball back. Tayton Obsuth. The freshman guarded by Elma Dowie as Christian Riley with the ball. Working on Rivers. Riley kicks back outside. The 3-ball falls for King McFadden. 6-point lead for the Toros. Creekside has struggled to find open looks so far on offense. Derek Rivers lets go of a 3. Timing looked a little bit off on that shot. He steals it right back, kicks to Blaylock. Blaylock finishes it off. Nice heads-up move from Derek Rivers. Garen Blaylock with his second bucket of the game. Mark Mitchell gets it stolen away. Blaylock picks the pocket and finishes it off. Good job intercepting that pass. Blaylock's off to a nice start. Poked away by El Madawi. Mitchell keeps it in play, throws it off of Desa. Rivers has got it now. They're gonna rule that the ball touched on the sideline out of bounds. And luckily this broadcast is on a delay, so I get a second look at that. I was not 100% sure about that call. Looks like it was off the camera as it happened. So we'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt. El Madawi takes it away from Riley. Salig, too strong off the backboard. Nolan Nelson right there for the putback. Creekside ties it up on a 6-0 run. That will take us to a timeout. 15-all here at Creekside High School. (15-15). It's been a 6-0 run for the Creekside Knights before the Toros timeout. Creekside forcing some turnovers that they've been able to turn into buckets as Tyson Gilbert unable to respond coming out of the timeout. Cade Patterson brings it the other way, feeds it down low to Nelson, double team. Got 3 on him now, kicks to Salig. Patterson's wide open. And it's a 3-second violation. Toros basketball. General rule of thumb, when you got 3 guys guarding you, get rid of the basketball. Cade Patterson was wide open at the top of the key. That's one that Salig is not going to like to see on film. Wide open in the right corner, Mark Mitchell. No good from three-point land as Nolan Nelson, with quite the rebound, held it up over his head, and Creekside gives the ball away. Turns into 2 points for the Toros. Nelson on the drive. Nelson, and 1! Nolan Nelson drove right in there on the 6'6", Tyson Gilbert, already with a man on him. Took a step to his right. Nice touch on the basketball. And now a chance to make it a 3-point play. Good spin on the shot, and it is good. 18-17. Creekside back with the lead. Rickerson, guarded by Rivers. That's a walk from Tyson Gilbert. Creekside basketball. 3:59 to go in the second quarter. Nolan Salig finds El Madawi. Nelson, little bounce pass back to Yusuf. To the center circle, a bit of a dangerous pass handled by Rivers. Straight away, Derek Rivers for three, he got it! Derek Rivers has been phenomenal from downtown this year, right around 50% from three-point land. Rivers was offered by the University of Fort Lauderdale last Monday. Almost criminally underrated in the Jacksonville area, averaging 13.1 points per game. And Coach Chris Patterson, I was talking with him ahead of senior night last week, and he had mentioned that how he thinks Rivers is one of, if not the best guard in the Jacksonville area, and says he really just doesn't get enough love, but he's not really out for that either. He's not a big poster on social media or anything like that. He's not very loud. He just kind of puts his head down and goes to work. And good to see it paying off for him. Getting awarded with an offer as it's a timeout, I believe called by the Creekside Knights, heading into the break. 3:23 to play in the first half. It is 21-18, Creekside. Back out of the timeout, 21-18 Creekside over the Tocoi Creek Toros. Nolan Salig, little pump fake step back, feeds it down to Nelson, the big man going to work on the baseline. Rivers off the deflection, drives in strong with the left hand, finishes it off. 23-18, 5-point advantage for Creekside. High pass, saved by McFadden. A whistle and a foul. Going against Cade Patterson. .243 to play. There's the inbound to Gilbert, who's been relatively quiet tonight, but a good finish over Nelson. Beautiful touch off the backboard. Back to a one-possession ball game. Patterson at the top of the key. Feeds down to Nolan Nelson. Nelson out to Desa. Open look from distance. Put a little too much on it. That's going to be a foul against El Madawi. No Derek Rivers. Creekside now pressing. El Madawi lays off, gets back to the half-court set. Straight away, Gilbert, good from three. Tied back up, 23-23. Nolan Nelson finds Desa. Desa's pass taken away by Rickerson. Figueroa into the lane. Teardrop goes for Figueroa, and now a little run for Tocoi Creek. 7-0. Now 25-23, 1 minute, 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. And now Rivers gets it stolen away. Rickerson headed to the line. Well, I think we're seeing a little bit right now of whoever's got the advantage has been playing cleaner basketball, and we've seen some good scoring runs from both of these sides, and a lot of it's come off of turnovers. Whoever can settle down a little more and keep the basketball better in this second half is got a good chance of winning this ball game, because right now it's been a messy ball game. Both free throws good for Javaris Rickerson. 1:08 on the clock here in the first half. Cade Patterson over to El Madawi. Selig falls down, loses the ball. Nelson's there to grab it. El Madawi with the pump fake and a drive. El Madawi. Count it. He's going to the line to try to add one more. .3 seconds on the clock. El Madawi gets the three-point play. 1 point game. .20 seconds. Figueroa to Gilbert. 13 seconds now on the clock. Five seconds. Gilbert, baseline drive, loses the ball. Patterson's got it. Cade Patterson loses it. Rickerson at the buzzer doesn't get it to go. Headed into the halftime break. Our score, 27-26, 1 point ball game. Tocoi Creek with the advantage as we hit the half on Schlick Sports. Back for the third quarter. Creekside and Tocoi Creek separated by just 1 point. It's been a good battle thus far. Creekside will get the ball to start the second half. The Knights and the Toros each struggled at times with turnovers in that first half. As Cade Patterson from downtown, nothing but net on that three. Creekside gets their lead back on the first play of the third quarter. Response on the other end for Tocoi Creek, evening us up 29 apiece. When it's gonna come down to in the second half is who can play a cleaner half of basketball. Each of these two teams have struggled at times turning the ball over, and they've made each other pay when they've done it. Careless turnovers can really hurt you down the stretch in a close game like this, as Gilbert blocked by Nelson. That's gonna be Creekside basketball. Good attempt on the save from McFadden, but no one nearby. Tocoi Creek thinks they have it. They do not. Derek Rivers brings it up the court for Creekside. El-Madawi walked. Miscommunication. I think he was looking to get it to Derek Rivers, who cut towards the right corner as El-Madawi picked it up. Tyson Gilbert, open look for three. He got it. Tyson Gilbert, all-around threat. Him and Carson Crawford, Nolan Nelson, probably, from what I've seen this season, in person at least, the three best bigs in the area. Really, Gilbert and Crawford, just their games right now, being able to play like a guard as much as a forward, really makes them dangerous out on the court. Nelson, back out to Patterson, open look for three, got it! McFadden driving in on Patterson, can't get a response. Gilbert was looking for the slam dunk, foul on the putback, whistle. Nolan Nelson whistled for the foul. It's going to be a chance for an and one for Tyson Gilbert. Free throw is up and good. 35-32. 5:47 to go in the third quarter. Patterson, 2 of 2 from distance in the third. Let's go of a floater. Nolan Nelson gets it to go on the putback. Figueroa. Now Rickerson on the drive. Javarius Rickerson, he's been leading the way for Tocoi Creek tonight. Gets another bucket, and now a whistle against Creekside. Lucas Desa. Called for the foul. Mark Mitchell, straightaway three ball. Rattles off the iron. Derek Rivers fouled by Mitchell on the other end. Desa looks to get it in. Finds Nolan Nelson. Rivers to Patterson. Desa. Coming off a screen from Nelson. Oh, pick and roll, and a great finish from Nolan Nelson down low. Chance to tie us back up at the line. Laylock and Salig off the bench for Creekside. Desa and El Madawi will take a seat. Creekside has narrowed down their rotation quite a bit as the season's gone along. Timeout spent by the Creekside Knights. Tied back up 37-all when we return on Schlick Sports. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We've got the camera back on as Creekside steals it away coming out of the timeout. Derek Rivers lays it in on the other end. (39-37). Back and forth this game. Consistently, these two sides just trading punches. Mark Mitchell still can't get a three to fall. But a chance for an and one. King McFadden going to the line. .405 on the clock in the third quarter. Make it 40-39, Toros. Derek Rivers walks it up the court for Creekside. Nolan Nelson, guarded by Figueroa, swings it to Patterson, now Salig. From way downtown, Nolan Salig off the iron and out. Gilbert tied up. And they're gonna call a foul on Nolan Nelson, who is going for the jump ball. Mitchell streaming into the lane. Still Toros basketball. He saw a little space and went for it. Figueroa down low over Nelson. Doesn't fall. Creekside basketball, last touch by Figueroa. Rivers for three. He got it. The three ball has been working for the Creekside Knights. That's the second of the game for Derek Rivers. Figueroa goes on the drive, kicks to the left corner. McFadden on the drive now. Bounces it off the rim, finds Rickerson. Little bounce pass from Gilbert. McFadden finishes it off. (42-42). Ball bouncing around. That's going to be a foul against McFadden. Rivers over to Patterson. Blaylock got off to a fast start. Haven't seen much of him since then. Had 6 points early on in this game. Nelson looking for Selig. Ball tipped by the Toros. .155 to go in the third. Rivers looking for Blaylock. Last touch by Blaylock. Toros basketball. Mark Mitchell going to work on Selig. Too strong on his floater. Puts it back up and in. Selig, open look for three. He got it! 45-44. Mitchell driving in. Got it poked away, goes up with the shot. Strong block from Nelson, put back is good from Gilbert. Just back and forth. Selig. Over to Nelson. Rivers. A little bit of space for the jump shot. No good from the mid-range. Gilbert tied up down low, out of bounds while touching the ball with Selig. It's a baseline inbound for Tocoi Creek. Desa on for Nolan Nelson, 42.7 seconds on the clock in the third. Open look, doesn't go for Absuth. Darren Blaylock over to Lucas Desa, 25 seconds on the clock. Desa just standing there with the ball. No pressure from Gilbert. Now he steps up to him. 14 seconds. Selig. 10 seconds, Blaylock. 7 seconds, 6. Blaylock to Selig, left corner, 3. Off the back of the rim, still a second on the clock. Gilbert just to the right of the basket as we hit the fourth quarter. 46-45, Tocoi Creek up by 1 when we return on Schlick Sports. 8 minutes remain in regulation. Just a 1-point game between Creekside and Tocoi Creek. 46-45 advantage Toros as we hit the fourth quarter. Rickerson on the drive. That's a charge. Nice play, Nolan Saley. Elma Dowie on for Patterson. Darren Blaylock over to Lucas Desa. Interesting Creekside. Patterson and Nelson both on the bench right now. Blaylock, a teardrop shot doesn't go. Wild shot there from Rickerson. Toros basketball. Figueroa took an extra step. Creekside basketball. Nolan Nelson back on for the Knights. Now they're going to call Nelson for a travel. I didn't see one right there. Let's take a look at the replay. Maybe. I don't know. Air ball from McFadden. Now Selig, lucky he didn't get called for a carry or a double dribble right there. Timeout Creekside. 6:53 to play, 1-point game when we return on Schlick Sports. Creekside basketball coming out of their timeout. 46-45. The Toros and the Knights in a big-time late season matchup. Both teams have their eyes on a top 2 seed in their regions. And a win in this game, crucial to accomplishing that. Open 3, Figueroa off the mark. Gilbert tries driving on Nelson. Nothing doing on that one. Gilbert. What a bucket. Strong finish on a contested shot. No idea how he got that one to go. Tocoi Creek wanted a foul, but it looked like a clean play to me. Just a great bucket there from Tyson Gilbert, now stolen away. Rickerson lays it in. Momentum with the Toros. 5-point lead, 5:45 to play. Desa looking for a response. Rolls off the rim and out. Toros with the ball. Open three, Mitchell. That's no good. Rivers going the other way. Rivers from way outside. Oh, what a shot. That's about as perfect of a swish you can get on a contested three way outside. 5 minutes to play, 2-point game. Open look on the other end, in and out. Nelson fouled, coming down with the rebound. Creekside student section fired up. Cade Patterson into the game now. He'll check in for Desa. .4:55 to play. Selig to Nelson. Hands it to El Madawi. Selig thought about shooting, now goes on the drive. Pull up jump shot just inside the free throw line. Doesn't get it to go. Nelson. I believe Nelson fouled coming down with that. I think Tocoi Creek wants an over-the-back call, but all I saw there was Figueroa falling down and kind of tripping Nelson. Selig feeds it down to Nelson, back out to Selig. El Madawi from distance, no good. On the other end, McFadden. Back outside, Rickerson. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell's headed to the line. I don't know about you, but I got a feeling we're going to have a last-second type of ending. This is the type of game that has a buzzer beater feel to it. Mitchell, good on his first free throw. Second shot falls as well. Timeout, Tocoi Creek. 4:05 to play. Back after this break on Schlick Sports. Four-point game, 52-48, Tocoi Creek. 4:05 to go. It's been a close one throughout. No team has really gained an advantage in this game. Rivers. Over to Selig. Down to Nolan Nelson. Kicks to El Madawi in the right corner. Finds Patterson looking for a three. Bang! Cade Patterson has been on fire from distance in this game. Patterson, home cooking. He averages around 4 points per game more at home than he does on the road. That was his fourth three, I believe, tonight as Mark Mitchell banks it in, coming off a good move down low. Elmadawi down to Nelson. Nelson to Selig. Selig for three. He got it! Nolan Selig ties us up. 2:35 to play. Foul on Selig. The gym got very loud after that whistle. That was a call that I understand right there. That looked like a reach. 54 apiece. Ball tipped on the inbound. Gonna stay with the Choros. That was Tocoi Creek basketball when Gilbert watched it go. Gilbert pulls up for a jump shot. Too strong, ball on the ground, bouncing around. Rivers has got it. Jump ball, possession goes to Creekside. And the Knights will spend a timeout. 2:15 to play. Back after this break on Schlick Sports. Tie ball game, 2:15 to play. Creekside with the basketball. Cade Patterson over to Derek Rivers, trying to break a modest press. Nolan Selig over to Garen Blaylock. 1:55 to play. Nelson over to Rivers for three. Bounces off the iron. Gilbert grabs the board. Tough bucket. Javaris Rickerson. Timeout Tocoi. .90 seconds to play. 2-point ball game. I feel like Creekside has been playing better when they've been playing fast. Coming out of that timeout, they tried to slow it down a little bit. I'd be looking for the hot hand. I'd be looking for Cade Patterson right here, or trying to get it down low to Nolan Nelson. That's what's been working. Selig will take the inbound. 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock as Derek Rivers bring it up the court. Over to Patterson. Patterson looking for Blaylock. Dangerous pass. Mitchell tipped it out of bounds. .122 to play. Rivers into Nelson. Back to Derek Rivers. Patterson with the ball, over to Nelson. Nelson hands it off to Cade Patterson. 1:05 to play. Rivers, got it! They call it a 2. It's 56-56 with 55 seconds to play. Toros holding on to the basketball. Mark Mitchell now 45 seconds. Creekside students getting into it. And it's stolen away. Blaylock to the basket. Got it to go. 2-point lead. 30 seconds to go. Mitchell brings it up the court. Mark Mitchell on the drive gets to Gilbert. Gilbert surrounded. Timeout Tocoi. 23 seconds to play. Listen to this, Jim. Two-point lead for the Creekside Knights. They try to hang on, 23 seconds to play. .13 seconds. Rickerson on the drive. Rickerson gets it stolen away. Blaylock is fouled. Big time play by the Creekside Knights. According to my count, Tocoi Creek out of timeouts. And there's the foul. That puts Creekside in the bonus. Creekside going to the line. 6.6 seconds remain. Selig with the chance to put this game on ice. .76% from the free throw line this season. First shot, good. To get it to a two-possession game, the junior Nolan Selig. The shot is up, it's off the mark. Toros with the chance. Mitchell is fouled. Good move by the Knights. 4 seconds to play. Still 2 more fouls to give. And Creekside now with the timeout. Three-point ball game. Javaris Rickerson has kind of been the hot hand for the Choros. I got a feeling it's him or Tyson Gilbert right here. Four seconds to play. Figueroa looking to get it in. He finds Rickerson, goes up with the shot. They're calling it a foul on the ground. He was looking for the three-point shooting foul. 1 second off the clock. Is Creekside going to go for the foul again? They're going to call one more timeout. I think Tocoi Creek, they're expecting that play there from Creekside. They nearly got 3 foul shots off of it. They went to Rickerson. Like I said, in my opinion right here, it's number 5 Rickerson or number 11 Tyson Gilbert that these Toros will be going to. They got 3 seconds to play with, trailing by 3. An absolutely huge game for each of these teams in terms of playoff seeding. Tocoi Creek 18-2. They have not lost a game on the road this season. Creekside looking to change that. Here we go. Rickerson looking to get it in. He finds Figueroa. 1 second, the three. No good! And the Creekside Knights have taken down the Tocoi Creek Toros. A big-time win for Creekside over the 18-2. Now make it 3. Tocoi Creek. What a performance by the Creekside Knights. Back and forth, a battle throughout. And in the end, Creekside comes away with a great team win. You see big-time performances. Darren Blaylock making a big play down the stretch. Nolan Salig with some big-time plays in this one. Cade Patterson, Derek Rivers, Nolan Nelson, everyone contributing for the Creekside Knights. And it finishes in a 3-point win over one of the top teams in the area, Tocoi Creek. Make it 7 straight wins for the Creekside Knights. They're riding high right now and will return home next Tuesday for their home finale against Potter's House Christian. We'll be live here on Schlick Sports for that game. But until then, I'm Noah Schlicksup signing off, saying have a good night, and I'll see you next time on Schlick Sports.